Hello everyone, I'm John Murphy.
Tyler Tassom.
Alright, and this is our first duo vlog, and we are going to be talking about the new Godzilla movie.
Well, guys, it seems like the King of the Monsters has officially returned.
And he's better than ever.
Oh my god.
How did we react when we first saw him rising out of the ground? We were like this. Ah! Oh god, we were okay.
Holy crap, you're naughty.
Huh?
Holy crap, you're naughty.
We were nerdy. We went from 20 years old to 5
in a span of a.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
But still, dude, I was not expecting. I was. There's high expectations. You know, you don't go into a movie with big hype. That's about to be disappointment. But this time, no disappointment.
I know. I just can't help but go into a movie hyped. I mean, I still think that I had to prepare. This movie might be crap.
You always have to prepare for that outcome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at 98.
I know, but really, I was expecting the movie to be good from
the get-go.
From the get-go. From all the things that I've read, like from what the director was talking about, how saying that we're trying to make this better than 98. Which isn't really hard, really. I mean, even the Toho movies are better than 98.
That's saying something.
And okay, yeah, for the sake of the fans, I liked the 98 movie because, well, I was 8 years old. I had the attention span of a goldfish.
You know what I thought of it when I first saw it? I thought it was a ripping off Jurassic Park.
Well, it looking back, yeah, it kind of does.
In fact, you could say Jurassic Park sort of influenced my life.
Yeah, influenced a lot of us.
Yeah,
but yeah, a lot of diehard Godzilla fans hated the '98 movie, and even going so far as to saying that it was an abomination. Yeah, Toho is when Toho regained the rights to Godzilla, they officially named that monster Zilla, saying
and proceeded to have Godzilla kick Zilla's ass and pretty much kill it.
Yeah, in Final Wars, the 50th anniversary movie, and which is kind of interesting because after Final Wars, Toho said that they wouldn't make any more Godzilla movies for 10 years to renew interest in the series, and this movie is kind of the start. This is the resurgence, the re-entrance.
Yes, and my god, it is brilliant.
It was awesome. The acting was brilliant.
Bryan Cranston stole the show.
Bryan Cranston stole the show. Even though he wasn't in there for very long, he made every moment count.
Yes, you know. In fact, I felt I had more tension when he was in it than when he was not.
I know.
Like the other actors, they were good, but.
And it was great because he had a motivation. He had an underlying motive.
In fact, he had more of a goal than the other ones. The other characters felt like they're just wandering.
Which other characters?
Like Kick-Ass guy,
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah, his name's Ford. Why do you name your kid Ford?
Maybe because he's American.
Why? They were in Japan.
I know. Exactly. No. Don't want to lose that ancestry.
Okay. And you have Ken Watanabe from Inception, and he plays Dr. Serizawa, which is an awesome callback to the original movie.
This movie is full of callbacks.
It is. The 1954 movie had the character Dr. Serizawa is the only man to have actually killed Godzilla. Right? If you don't believe me, watch the 54 movie and prove me wrong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that being said,
that being said, actually, going back to the column, we actually saw Mothra in the movie.
I still cannot believe it. I was like, my god, Mothra. Not the monster.
Not the monster. We saw a little habitat in one of the destroyed homes, and for butterflies and moths, and it's labeled at the bottom of the tank Mothra. And I'm kind of wondering, how are they going to bring in King Ghidorah? Because he's pretty much he's like the Joker of Godzilla monsters.
Oh God, yes. But though, I'm gonna say monster baddies here were awesome.
They were awesome.
They felt like they could talk. They laughed at us.
Yeah, it actually sounded.
I'm like,
well, not that kind of Bowsery.
But still, it was like, ha ha, we tricked you.
Yeah, it was. There were two, and it kind of I saw elements of
Intelligence.
not just intelligence, but like they were trying to take the best elements, what little there were in the '98 movie, as well as a little bit from Godzilla 2000, and from the original proposed script, which can still be read on the internet, into these monsters. Even some of the ideas from the '98 movie, because in the 1994 script, Godzilla was supposed to fight a monster called the Griffin. He had wings, and it had the head of like a puma and the body of a bear. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, why did they scrap that?
Well, no, I'm still trying to picture that. That's just creepy.
Add the wings of a bat.
You know how creepy that would look in your backyard?
It's a Godzilla monster. I mean, you think King Ghidorah is cuddly?
Yes. Look at Mothra. It makes any 9-year-old want to cuddle with him.
What was I saying? But
get going on the story here.
These monsters, they kind of give both Godzilla and these two monsters an interesting backstory. Is that these weren't creatures that were the product of nuclear fallout. These were actually
prehistoric.
They were prehistoric. These existed during the times of the dinosaurs.
And they went underground.
They adapted to. They lived off of radiation, and they especially adapted to survive on radiation near the Earth's core. And that's kind of what is interesting, is that a group of people actually find. They find one of the enemy monsters beneath a collapsed mining site.
Yeah.
And they bring it up, but this is kind of what causes a whole problem. This is actually what propels the plot forward, which we're not.
Yeah.
We can't. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
And it's just really interesting because in the Japanese film and even in the '98, Godzilla is the product of nuclear fallout.
But I think it's a fresh breath of fresh air.
It is
redundant. But let's talk about design here. Godzilla's
design was just badass. It was like the suit from the Toho movies was tailor-made for Clint Eastwood.
In fact, if you looked at it right enough, you could see Godzilla squinting at the monster.
He even has a stare down with the monster. He comes out of the sea, kind of like the Terminator, and just stares him like Dirty Harry.
Yes. It was just whoa. Whoa.
It was, which I kind of say is probably one of the best moments in cinematic history.
Yes. The perfect shot was when he came out from the dust cloud. And he was standing behind you know you're in Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
You know all those lanterns.
Yeah.
That shot where you're just panning up,
mm-hmm.
and we saw him square in the face. And it looked like he was just scowling.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like he wanted to freaking bite someone's head off.
Yeah. This is my movie, damn it.
Yes. It felt like he was territorial about who the viewers were watching.
I know. Well, no contest, Big G. It's you. We want to see you.
Yes, we want to see you. In fact, that's the only complaint I have about it.
Not enough Godzilla?
There's not enough Godzilla fighting. It was more about the humans trying to survive.
Well,
It was more like we're focusing on John trying to survive the destructive fight of Godzilla and the two monsters.
Well, I can't argue with that, but
I just want to see Godzilla monster versus monster.
That's it. Well, you might as well just play one of the video games then.
Yeah, true, but tell me, did you really see? Was there really much human development in the Toho era?
Well, no. But then again,
Yeah.
But then again, I was just watching the dub movies, and it's kind of hard to get invested in them when it has nothing to do with the lips not matching the words.
By the way, we will get to that in another review.
Yeah, it's just that the reading is just so flat. There's no investment whatsoever.
A Gundam. That's how it feels. It feels like they're just reading lines while pointing.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla.
Yeah, we'll actually review one of the Godzilla movies sometime.
Yeah, I'm gonna dare say this. He's massive.
He is massive. According to the official data, he's 355 feet tall. That's 50 feet taller than the Statue of Liberty.
There was a scene where we thought we saw the whole body. It was just the tail.
What's the tail?
It was just the tail. And like, what? Where? Oh, he's on the other side.
Yes, he pretty much tricked them.
Yeah. God, that was a pretty good instance.
That was good.
Now I'm gonna say this. This Godzilla gave you chills because you could not see him. I mean, granted, he's terrifying to see in broad daylight, but you when you see him in broad daylight, you know to turn for the hills. You know you can just run away.
Yeah, if you're an army guy on the ground, you can just say, "See anything unusual? There's a giant dinosaur." Okay, run away.
Yes. See anything unusual? I think there is a tree that moved, but I can't see anything through that lightning storm.
And well, the lightning flash kind of looked like a dinosaur, but it might have just been the clouds.
Yeah.
No.
Wait. Oh, wait. I think that tree moved again. Or did it? Damn it.
Yeah. The only clues at night that Godzilla is around is his footsteps, his tail, and his roar. And oh my god!
Roar,
oh my god! The
roar! Oh my god!
Okay. The Toho roar. That's iconic. That is classic. But this roar, this legendary roar, and I don't mean the roar is legendary. I mean the company. Yeah. Legendary.
Okay. No disrespect to the roar. It's good, but it would not work in this current day and age.
It would look goofy. It would look weird. It would look cheesy.
Corny. It would look corny. It looked like it was like it would be like an actor hamming it up.
No, while you were still learning how to spell your name.
Yes.
Critic, you spoiled us.
Yes, you spoiled us indeed. But anyways.
Alright, but this roar was more of an homage.
Yes.
Yeah. It sounded like the iconic Toho roar, but it felt organic and it felt like it really did it came from this creature.
Like, okay, guys, when you imagine Godzilla's roar, it's sort of like, my god, okay, I'm going to give you a demonstration. When I was a kid, and I'm going to go off the top of it a little bit, going to Jurassic Park for the first time, who thought of how a T-Rex would sound like? Nobody knew what dinosaurs sound like. When we heard T-Rex roaring, it was, my god, I saw the lights.
And because Godzilla has been around for 60 years, the roar is not so much
bad
or frightful. It is frightful, but it's hopeful. It's hopeful. It's endearing.
Yes. But now, speaking of which, at least Godzilla is more willing to go on a world cruise than just stay in Japan.
I know. Yes, that's another thing that was great about this movie is that the people seem to have treated Godzilla as a global disaster, not just a national disaster. In the original Japanese movies, his destruction is only focused on Japan. And
apparently he loves it there. He makes it a permanent home there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what is it that you call Tokyo?
Matchlit City.
The Matchlit City.
God damn, one spark and...
Mm-hmm. It's kind of surprising how it gets rebuilt every year for the movie.
I know.
And in the 98 movie, it's just focused on New York.
Which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. How do you go from Japan all the way to New York?
Yeah, but we went from what?
We went from Philippines to Tokyo to Hawaii to San Francisco, and we even gone as far as Nevada, which that still pisses me off, really.
Yeah.
When the second bad monster arrives, and no one actually it's in broad daylight, and it is stomping around. No one in the casinos actually feels the tremors, and no one even has the common sense to come into the casino and say, "Hey, I think I saw a new attraction. It looks like a giant spider."
Well, then again, would you believe me if I come break in your room and said that? In fact, I'll be like, Giant monster, you're saying? Here, you drunk? You buy yourself more booze and go away.
Then all of a sudden the Talon comes down. Is like, "Ha! Told ya!"
You bastard.
Before I saw the movie, I saw the original Godzilla movies thanks to James Rolfe. He made me a fan, aka the angry video game nerd. And I can understand why some fans would be pissed at the 98 Zillum.
Do we really need to stop comparing the two? It's not really fair.
It's like comparing apples to shit.
Good analogy.
But he had a criteria. His own criteria for when made a Godzilla movie, and this movie seemed to have fit the criteria for him. But he still feels like a real Godzilla movie is, Toho, a guy in a rubber suit, and I can respect that. But the criteria is that he breathes fire.
You mean that atomic blast?
It's technically fire.
Hey.
It is. It's technically fire. He breathes fire. The army can't destroy him. The only thing that can destroy him is like a giant monster, or he probably forgot about this, the oxygen destroyer.
Yeah.
And they waited until the right moment to unleash the atomic breath. That's the other thing that this Godzilla has over Zilla. I know, apples to shit.
Yeah, apples to shit. But here's the thing: the moment we saw that blue light,
mountain blast. Come on. Don't tell me none of you thought that.
I mean, hey, Godzilla can plow through mountains. Why can't he just blow them up?
I know.
Pretty much, he could probably destroy Mount Fuji with a single blast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and kind of if Godzilla could talk like Clint Eastwood, he'd probably go like, "Taste my mountain blast, punk."
While providing product placement for Coca-Cola and Powerade.
Mm-hmm.
Mountain blast, taste it, punk.
And yeah,
you guys know you want to see that.
Yeah. And the other thing is that they only used it twice. They picked the right moments to use it.
Actually,
even the way Godzilla.
Sorry.
Even the way Godzilla killed the monster, that was awesome. I'm not going to.
No details.
Not going to spoil it. Okay, no. You have to see the movie.
But I'm going to point out. Did you count how many times that monster roared?
4 or 5. It was definitely less than 10.
Definitely less than 10. Which, by the way, there are times I expected to roar and it didn't. And it was creepy.
I know. In the original movies, you can pretty much predict when Godzilla is going to roar. It's almost like it's like a set mark. Okay?
Yeah. It's like, okay, hold on. Timing. And now.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll need you in 10 minutes.
10 more words. But no, seriously. okay, it felt like a first-person shooter on that parachute drop, dude.
Oh yeah, the teaser trailer that made it into the final movie. That was so awesome.
In fact, that was one of the parts where I was expecting it to roar, and you saw the creature. It was and you can hear.
You don't hear the roar, but you see him open his mouth, and you just feel the vibrations.
Yes.
Everything is muffled.
Yes.
It was really awesome. It felt like a first person shooter game. In fact, game companies make that happen. All right.
Oh, don't make it shit though.
Yeah, no.
That's our requirement.
Yes.
Don't make it shit. Or else we'll have Angry Joe go on your ass.
Oh yes, and the nerd.
And the nerd. We don't want those two combined forces.
Mm-hmm.
That would be catastrophic.
Oh yes. The music was awesome.
Okay. Note and lessons here. A good composer will do multiple things. He will not just use the same instruments. No. He will do a variety of instruments, provided they fit the mood and fit the atmosphere. So when we're in Japan, we're hearing Japanese instruments. We're hearing the actual classical, or we're hearing bongos, or
the music captured just the mood perfectly. It was when it was tense, the music was tense. When it was calm, the music was calm.
In fact, I felt like it switched back and forth from between John Williams and freaking Hans Zimmer.
I know.
If you're going in fact, we were debating who was actually composing.
I actually knew who it was. I read the credits. It was Alexander Desplat.
Mr. Desplat, you deserve a medal. And by the way, speaking of medals, that bus driver deserves one.
Yes. I mean, it takes a lot of balls to just take a school bus, a yellow school bus, and plow through a bridge when a monster is just about to attack.
In fact, he went through a lot of officers.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, medal. You deserve it.
You deserve it.
In fact, I was actually happy when I saw him reunite with his family.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude. In fact, okay, you gotta admit, there was one of those scare scenes that was actually good.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking bird.
The bird.
Fucking
the bird. Have birds gone suicidal now? I mean, I think I've hit 2 birds in my lifetime while driving.
Well, they're trying to flee from a giant monster that could eat pretty much a whole pack of them with one swallow.
Doesn't really screw up their sense of direction, though.
Well, true, but if you want to escape, you're gonna use any means necessary.
Well, true. I kind of know that humans, we can't go down the hall with the GPS.
Yeah.
The details in Godzilla. They added.
You could see him breathe.
You could see him breathe, and they gave him so much emotion that I actually teared up because
I cried through my sunglasses.
We were getting sad when Godzilla was losing. That's the other thing, is that they made Godzilla a finite creature. He gets tired, he gets hurt.
In fact, he's not invincible.
He's just durable, but he has his limits.
Yes. Though I will say, I was more worried about when it looked like he got taken out of play by the first monster. I was like, no, this can't how it ends.
No.
This can't how it ends.
He's the king of the monsters. And that's another.
And then he just pulled off a damn hero moment.
Yes.
He pulled off a fucking Firefly moment.
Okay. All right. We're kind of getting too close to spoiler territory.
I know, but still.
It was awesome. And they even use King of the Monsters in the movie. They make an homage to the 1956 Americanized version of the original Japanese film.
But
and that's they kind of made him like the anti-hero.
Yeah, he's more like the anti-hero. He's more chaotic. He's chaotic good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, clearly he's not killing people.
I mean, he's not a destructive force of nature like in the 54 movie, and he's not a hero like in the later films of the Showa era.
Yeah.
And he's not he's an animal, he's a territorial animal, but he has some kind of empathic intelligence to him.
Yes.
But for right now, I think America, Japan, the whole world is satisfied with this movie because Godzilla is back. He's better than ever, and we can probably now expect more films from Toho.
Laters.